Hi guys, hello from my hotel room. Normally I would go into a studio, but there is a topic that starts to burn under my nails, and that is the speech of Greta Thunberg in New York. Uh, I'm reading in the newspaper, in the social media streams, that it is the first time that she is confronted with heavy criticism, and not from her opponents, but from the people who were originally aligned with her. And I wondered why that is. And now I did an analysis about her body language a couple of months ago. Please go to my YouTube channel and watch this short video, because I defined 5 points why her communication attracted so many people worldwide. And in the end of that video, I say you must not just take 1 or 2 points out of that 5 points and think you get the same result. It is always the combination of all those 5 points. Now, what Greta Thunberg in New York did, she changed 2 of the 5 points, and that is point 3 and 4. I say in that video she has a somewhat a no-nonsense body language. So on the one hand, she appears very young, and on the other hand, her communication appears very adultish. It is very reflected. She comes in a way that one thinks, oh, this is not just a 16-year-old girl. There's a huge amount of thoughts going on in her brain, and that makes us rely on her words. But it is her communication that makes us think of that. And what she did in New York is she showed a lot of emotions. She was somewhat between almost crying and being very aggressive. And those emotions evoke a completely different emotion within us. Observers. What we now see is an angry, sad, young girl. And that doesn't go align with the content and with the perception we had before about her. And now, when people say she is still right with the content of her words, but now she starts to rack my nerves, and that is what I'm reading in the newspaper and in the news. I understand that. It is not that she racks my nerves, but I understand that people think about her like that. And that is for you. If you have a clever content and you change one of the 5 topics, the content of your words will also be perceived, and a lot of people will like your content, but the road is narrower. Let's put it this way: when your body language builds a road to the other people, and on that road the words wander to the other person, to your counterparts. And what Greta Thunberg did, she built suddenly a road that is narrower, and a lot of people don't receive her words anymore, because her aggressive and her sad and her emotional body language excludes a lot of people that are from now on a little bit standoffish to that person. So to be honest, the topic is way too big to make a body language seminar out of it. But in a way it is kind of sad, because it is really the hottest topic on the globe. And we had a person, or we still have a person, that is somewhat the leader, the female leader of all that movement. And I'm afraid that we could lose her, because she starts to get so impatient, and I would understand it, so impatient that her body language tries to hammer home the message. But you know what? It is always the same thing. We have early adopters. who are very quick in changing their lives, who are interested in doing new things, and we have a huge amount of people, and that is the vast majority on earth that is way more conservative, that needs way more time to incorporate and to adopt to new circumstances. And if the early adopters get impatient and after a short time they say, oh, those are all conservative people who don't adopt to new things and they are against the change of the world, we have to say no. They just need a little bit more time. And if the early adopters are too aggressive with the conservative people will turn around and look backwards. And that's how we divide the world. So what I think is we need leaders and early adopters to show a lot of love and a lot of patience for people who need a little bit more time. Because one thing is for sure, we only can do it if the vast majority on earth is going in the same direction.